Hey Dolphins fans, welcome to the latest edition of Fins Talk Today. I'm your host, Bobby Melendez. On this episode of Fins Talk Today, we're going to discuss the NFL schedule for the Dolphins this upcoming season. I'm going to give you my predictions for each game and why I believe the Dolphins have a very strong chance to make the playoffs. It's the first time in a long time that each NFL team will play 18 weeks of football. There will be 18 weeks of football, only 3 preseason games, 18 regular season games. It's going to be a very exciting year, and I think the Dolphins do have a very strong chance. But let's start off with week 1 against the New England Patriots in Foxborough. Last season, the Dolphins played against the Patriots, and they lost. This was a New England Patriots team, just like the Dolphins, with no off-season, preseason, practicing, anything like that. Depleted roster, a lot of players opted out. Well, now New England will have an off-season to prepare. Cam Newton more than likely will be the starter. He's a veteran, a former MVP, an improved offense. Hunter Henry, Janu Smith, Nelson Aguilar. Defense it's going to be better. Players that opted out last season are going to come back. And this is in Foxborough, home field advantage. I think Miami starts slow. They get hot a little bit, but a little too late. I give New England the edge. I think New England wins week 1 against the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins fall 0-1 to start the year. Week 2 against the Buffalo Bills. Now again, last season the schedule started just the same. At New England against Buffalo. Miami dropped both games. Now I do think the Buffalo Bills added some weapons, got better on overall, but I think the Dolphins got a little more better. I think this season really just depends on Tua and how with the weapons built, rebuild offensive line, better defense, how he succeeds. It really depends on him. But I think with an improved defense, I think Jalen Phillips, Emmanuel Appa create enough pressure for Josh Allen to make mistakes in Hard Rock, for Xavier Howard and that new look secondary, of course, Byron Jones, Javon Holland. I think that creates enough pressure with the front end to create some interceptions, turnovers. I think the Dolphins pull out a close one in Miami against Buffalo. Miami that were swept last season against Buffalo make up for it in week 2 of this season. They become 1-1. Week 3, it's against the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas. Now, Miami played Las Vegas last year in their home stadium. It was an amazing game. Of course, it was a very close game, and we had that amazing moment where Ryan Fitzpatrick with the face mask, and Miami ended up pulling out in the end. I think Miami pulls it out again. I think Tua, this is where the offense blows up. I think this is when the offense finds their feet. Tua needs to prove that this is his season, this is his team, and I think with the new look offense, I think Jalen Waddle, Devontae Parker, Albert Wilson, Lynn Bowden, Myles Gaskin, that offensive line that I'm excited about, and then of course that defense. But I think this is an offensive game. I think Buffalo is going to be a defensive game. This is going to be an offensive game. I think the Dolphins beat the Las Vegas Raiders. They go 2-1 to start the year. Now, week 4 is the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts are on their 3rd quarterback in 3 years. Last year was Phillip Rivers. The year before that was Jacoby Brissett, who's now the backup for the Dolphins. This year, it's Carson Wentz. Now, Carson Wentz, a former first-round pick. He never was Super Bowl MVP. That was Nick Foles. Look, are you going to get the good Carson Wentz or the bad Carson Wentz? I think that's what it all boils down to. And I think this is going to be the bad Carson Wentz. When Javon Holland, Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, McCourty, Eric Rowe, the defense in general, I think they're going to have a field day with this. I think that the secondary is probably going to have 4 or 5 picks, with Xavier Howard at least having 2. Now, so the Dolphins are 3-1 to start the year, which is a good start. Now we go against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Super Bowl champions, Tom Brady at Tampa. All the players that played on the Super Bowl team are back. They've added some weapons there. They've gotten better. And I think that Tom Brady at home with his offense, his weapons, defense, I think it's a little too much for Miami. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get the win in week 5 of the NFL season. Week 6, The Dolphins travel overseas. They go against the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. Rookie Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, very good roster, very good young team on the come up. I just don't believe in the Jaguars. I mean, yeah, we're all hyped up on Trevor Lawrence, etc. That's fine. I think the Dolphins, with the more experienced team, experienced coaching staff, knows how to handle players over when they travel overseas, etc. I think that the Dolphins pull off the W against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 7, we face the Atlanta Falcons. Now, of course, that really depends on how Matt Ryan is doing or how he'll do. Will he be healthy? They got Kyle Pitts, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley. That's going to be a very high-powered offense Miami has to hang with. It's really about how the defense does, and if Miami can hang, can the Dolphins' defense pressure Matt Ryan, and could the Miami offense have enough firepower to keep up with the Atlanta Falcons? I think this could be a shootout, but I think the Atlanta Falcons pull it out. I think Miami drops to the Atlanta Falcons. The Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. Miami beat Buffalo in week 2. Week 8 at Buffalo, I think Buffalo splits the series. I think they get the W against the Dolphins. Week 9 is the Houston Texans. Who's their quarterback? Is it Mills? Is it Tyrod Taylor? Is it Deshaun Watson? More than likely not. I don't think it's going to matter. I think Miami pulls that one off. I think the Dolphins beat Houston. I think that's just a train wreck. The Baltimore Ravens in week 10. Dolphins struggle all the time against Baltimore. It doesn't matter who their quarterback, who their coach, it doesn't matter. It's always a struggle. And just to be safe, I'm giving Dolphins the L on this one. Dolphins drop to the Baltimore Ravens. Week 11 at the Jets, MetLife. That's a win. I don't think I have to really go far into it. Rookie quarterback. It's the Jets. Dolphins beat Jets in New York. Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, Sam Darnold, former Jet quarterback. They got Penei Sewell, offensive tackle. They could be a tough go, but I think the Dolphins have enough to take them, and I think the Dolphins pull that one out and win week 12. Week 13, the Giants. Giants are a very talented team. I like the Giants' chances this year, and I think the Giants are going to be a very tough team for the Dolphins to play, but I do have Miami winning that game. That's going to be a tough game. I think that'll be a defensive game, but I think Miami pulls it out. Then, of course, week 14, the Dolphins have a bye, which is great. I know a lot of people were complaining the Dolphins didn't have a bye after the London game. I think this is what Miami prefers. This is something they requested in the past. When they played a London game, they'd rather have the bye later in the season, which is great, especially if you're making a run. You want your guys to heal up, rejuvenate. It's that final stretch of the year, and I think Miami is prepped for that, and I think Miami actually appreciates that they got a late bye here. Week 15, it's the Jets again, this time in Miami, and this time it's another win. Miami beats the Jets. I'm not even going to go over it. Jets suck, Dolphins win. The New Orleans Saints, week 16. That could be a tough game. Yes, Drew Brees is gone, but they still got a lot of talent on that roster. Sean Payton is still their coach. The only problem is, who's their quarterback? Is it Jameis Winston? Is it Taysom Hill? Is it both of them? I don't know. It was a tough go last year. I think it's going to be a tough go this year. I think it could go either way, but I think Miami could pull it out with a win. I think especially if it's depending on who the quarterback is, if the defensive line could pressure those guys, make them make mistakes, especially Jameis Winston, Miami could pull this out, a defensive win for the Dolphins. Week 17 at the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee's still a very good football team. Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill. I know a lot of people are saying this could be a revenge game for Tannehill. I don't see it. I actually see the Tennessee Titans coming back down to earth. They had 2 good years, 2 good runs. I think they start to come down here. I think the Dolphins pull out the W in week 17 against the Tennessee Titans. Then week 18, it's the New England Patriots. The Dolphins obviously lost to them in week 1. Now they're in Miami. Who's their quarterback now? Is it Cam Newton? Mac Jones was drafted the 15th overall pick. Did they force him in there? Does Belichick make his way in there, which I think could happen? So you got a rookie quarterback. How does he handle the pressure of a tough defense? I think Miami at home pulls off the W. I believe that the Miami Dolphins, could finish this season. If you count it up, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 wins. 12-5 is my projection for the Dolphins. for this coming season. I checked this out. I looked at the rosters. I try to take the homer feel out of it. But again, this is the first time in a long time that I've looked at this schedule, seeing what these other teams are doing, see what the Dolphins are doing, and I feel pretty damn good about this Dolphin team and they're coming this upcoming season. And of course, any team can win on any given Sunday. I know I'm giving the Jets some slack, and of course they could pull it out. They got a new coach, but I really do believe that the Dolphins, it really just falls on Tua. How does he do with this? The Dolphins have invested a lot in him, not just as a 5th overall pick, but they drafted Jalen Waddle. He's a player that fits Tua's strengths. He fits what the offense is doing. I think he's going to be an amazing player for the Dolphins for years to come. They solidified that offensive line. I'm excited about the Dolphins draft picks. I am excited about what the Dolphins did with the offensive line. I think it's going to be an exciting year for the Dolphins offensively. I truly believe that, and I'm not, and that doesn't count defense. That's something that the Dolphins did for Tua as well. They improved that defense. When a lot of people said Miami didn't need to do anything on defense, they wanted the Dolphins to go wide receiver and then running back at 18. But the Dolphins invested a lot in the defense, because how do you help your quarterback? Well, you build the offense. That helps you. You help by helping the running game, which they did by securing an offensive line, and then by helping improve the defense more, drafting Javon Holland, and you're building up that roster even more, getting McCourty, because you want to obviously get the ball back to your quarterback in his offense, and you also want to protect the lead. So with our coaching staff, with our roster, our draft picks, how the schedule is laid out here, guys, 12-5 is my projection, 18-game season for the Dolphins. Let me know what you think. How do you think the Dolphins are going to do this season? Put the comments below. Put your projection out there. Let's get a conversation going. If you like the show, subscribe. Check me out at Fins Talk on Twitter, at Bobby Fins Talk as well on Twitter. Of course, at Dolphins Talk Twitter as well. And of course, check out DolphinsTalk.com for the latest news, analysis, rumors, reports for the Dolphins. Check out their program as well on the YouTube channel. Hey guys, this is going to be an exciting year. I'm really looking forward to this. I know you guys are as well. Hey, fins up.